Hey, we're back. So we're on step 7. We're almost done with this part of game 4. So we were making objects and whatever else in the platform here. So we did. So now this is a flag node on. This flag node on basically helps us indicate a counter of when an output will single. So we have the object break node on connected to the flag node on. And when it receives that signal, it'll send an output signal the whole time it's switched on in the on connector right here. In other words, once the apple breaks, the signal will be sent out constantly. Now we can work on using the flag node on to make the player throw some punches. Kapow! What we want next is to make a connection to the person node on's action point. But since the person node on is far away, that might not work out. But there's a way around this. We can use a special node on that lets us make long connections. Go to middle, program layout, wormhole entrance. This is entrance A, I repeat, this is entrance A, come in. We'll transmit signal over Sleeping Beauty. Wakes up, over. This wormhole entrance node on is a little hole in space that lets us connect to far off places. Set up the wormhole entrance next to the flag node on. Add a connection between the two. Now we're ready to warp the connection from the flag node on. All we need to do is a place for the connection to reappear. Go to middle, program layout, wormhole exit. I call the exit node on. Breaker, this is exit A, I repeat, exit A. Transmit signal once target returns from the beyond, over. So we've got that signal going to the wormhole entrance node on. Now the signal will come out of this wormhole exit node on. Can we move that over there to the blue frame? Yep. Recall we wanted to throw one punches. We'll need to make it so we can punch with the Y button. Call up the input. Yo, there's only one way to punch, and that's as fast as you can forever. Blammo. Sharp as ever. Will you move to the blue frame? Yep. Now open up the settings. Change the output timing to press on. Now the button node will send a signal on the exact moment when Y is pressed down, not for the whole time the button is held down. Now you can close that. Why don't we try now? We don't want the player to punch just using any old time when we press Y. We need it so that they punch Y once they pick up the apple. That means we need to add an AND node on. Okay. And okay, if those two are ready, I'll send off that signal. Got it. Let's pop off an AND node onto this blue frame here. And we need to connect the wormhole exit. And connect the button there. Nice. So condition 1 is about breaking the apple, and condition Y is supposed to be that is cool. Once those two are both ready, I'll send a signal out. The action port will only receive a signal when pushing Y while the apple is broken. Can you open up the person settings? Yep. Now open up action. Here we can determine what action will be taken when the person node on's action port receives a signal. We'll want to set this to punch, of course. Now close that screen. Whew, that was a lot of work. Now we can go and see the fruits of our labor. Grab that apple. Shit, retry. He's pressing Y before we pick up the apple. There you go. We can't punch before we have the apple. So I know I said we can punch now that we have the apple, but with a punch like that, we're never going to get through those aliens. Time to boost our punching power with a little programming. The punch has to be strong enough to smash those aliens. So we're going to need the help of a Nodon that destroys things. Call up destroy objects. Nodon. Did you need something, darling? You want something destroyed again, eh? Naughty, naughty. Let's make it a bit smaller, shall we? Go to its settings. Under properties, disable visible. Now open destroy what? And put up alien. Now we can close this tab. Now it's in a connection. To do a punch that breaks objects, we need to connect the destroying object node on in front of the player. Set the connection to old to negative X and then that to negative Z. Now close that screen, close the settings, and connect this to there. Now, the destroy object node on is linked to the front of the player. In other words, if an alien is right in front of the player, that alien can be destroyed. Though that means right now, all the person needs to do is to get in front of the alien and it will be destroyed. Let's change it so that the destroy object nodon destroys an alien only when we throw a punch. And so we know that when we punch and this antinodon sends out a signal, now we can connect the antinodon to the destroy nodon. And now we should be able to destroy aliens by punching them. Chris back. Check how that works out in the game screen. Grab that apple and take care of those aliens. Woohoo, now that's what I'm talking about. Now we're done making an item that lets us punch. But there's just one thing that's been bugging me. Is the person playing the game going to know when they picked up an apple? They'll be able to punch enemies. Let's do something that lets the player know they can punch by picking up apples. Okay, one final push to the program screen. How do we communicate to the player? We'll use a text nodon. Ah, the everyday magical power of words. Even a single word can be all it takes to make someone smile. That was profound. Let's make this guy a little bigger and place it above. Take a dive into its option settings. Go under properties, enable visible only. Now set Z under the size of MN. Okay, we'll make message to player. Press edit. Gotta close that. Next, we'll arrange it so that the text object node on displays the message when the apple breaks. Can you call up a teleport object entrance node on? Words have considerable power, the power to influence the world around us. And we will talk more about that in the next video. Yeah, I know. These steps are going to be long, but I love playing this game, so it's worth it. So I'll see you all later in the next vid. Okay? Okay. Peace to crispy, guys. Bye.